God, what a life. Welcome to Quick Stop F1, man. Oh, God, I look high as a kite.
Just woke up. Doesn't he look like he's just woke up?
I look high as a kite. It looks so bad. But I'm just, fresh-faced, Welcome to the Quick Stop F1 podcast. My name is Nyasha, and you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. We appreciate that. Joining me as ever is the one, the only.
Say it right now.
Yeah. You know what? Incomparable, inimitable, the most entertaining, moisturized, entertaining F1 content creator in the world. It is Thandie Benz Panani.
Yeah, he said Ben's Panani. That's crazy.
I want to give myself some room to say Thandie's name on the screen right now. She has logged herself into the chat with that name. So I'm not just sat here christening Thandie with that name. She has christened herself with that name. Why?
I think it's pretty obvious. Do you get what I mean?
It's obvious.
I think it speaks for itself, doesn't it? Thandie Ben's Punani. Like, can we? Come on.
Oh.
Says everything that needs to be said.
No. Oh. Well, look. Well, look. Thank you so much to everyone tuning in. If you're watching, thank you. Please leave a like and subscribe on this channel. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're on Spotify, leave us a 5-star review. If you're on Apple, leave us a rating. And if you want an ad-free stream, you can support us on Patreon. And also you can support us by being a member on the YouTube. If you are watching online, I have just woken up. Today was a day of naps. Clearly, I mistimed 2 naps today. The first nap I mistimed was between midnight and 5 o'clock. I ended up waking up at 3:30 anyway, and I said, you know what? Who cares? Let me soak in all of Martin Brundle's goodness before this race starts. First mistake, he wasn't even there. So I fucked up then, and then I fucked up today by oversleeping, and now I've got puffy eyes, and I looked like me and Thandie have gone to a dancehall gig together, maybe smoked a couple bushes. However the kids put it.
Zagazai, I could be your girl. Bomberclad.
Woman said.
What's that? Zagazai. Say the rest.
Anyway, but look, thank you for watching. Thandie, I feel bad because you look so good today. You look like someone who is really prepared to talk the shit out of an F1 race, and I just feel like what we were served today doesn't deserve how you've turned up today.
Yeah, man. Do you know what? Actually, thank you so much for acknowledging that, because this look being wasted on this shit race is actually quite hurtful. It's quite insulting, to be honest.
Yeah, it is, right? It's actually like, what a disservice to you. And you know what a disservice to you and all of the incredible bootleg Ferrari content that you managed to put out over the weekend on the site. I like that. I liked that a lot. Is that going to be like a series of like, here's some bootleg Ferrari match that I bought. Here's where you can get it. Like, I enjoyed that. Is that like an ongoing thing that's going to happen on the? Oh.
I mean, to call it bootleg is kind of insulting, so I'm going to act like you didn't say that. So first off, not bootleg, thank you very much. For those who don't know what he's talking about, basically what I've been doing...
You didn't even tell us where to get it. You just showed us. There was no information on like, here's where I got this. It was just like, hi guys, look at my new clothes. Bye.
No, because I didn't know how people would react. I'm really like, guys, I'm actually quite shy. Like, I'm not Nyasha. Nyasha will upload a selfie of himself and a video of himself very easily, whereas I'm quite shy. So I wanted to kind of test the waters.
It was a big thing.
But basically, what he's talking about is thank you. But basically what he's talking about is I have been buying Ferrari merch. I'm on the hunt to find the nicest Ferrari merch for the most affordable, online, vintage, eBay, etc. Kind of trying to find what the girlies can wear to the races, even the lads as well, because I wear quite boyish clothes anyway, as you know. Because let's be honest, Ferrari merch is so ugly. I'm not going to beat around the bush, guys. Like, this is something I'm just going to openly say. Ferrari merch is fugly, right? Red doesn't suit everybody. The HP logo is ugly. The addition of yellow.
You're not a fan?
I'm not a fan. Although I will say I do like the track bottoms, like, you know, the straight leg ones.
I like those.
Lewis wearing a lot.
Yeah, they're nice.
Yeah,
I like those
but
a
you
lot.
know it's bad when Lewis is constantly wearing the same tracksuit every weekend. Do you get what I mean? Like, we weren't getting that in the other team. So I'm on the hunt to find some new nice Ferrari merch. It would be really helpful if people could tag me and stuff, send me stuff if you do find some. But yeah, if you guys do want a series and kind of see what I do buy, do let me know, because I wasn't sure. Okay,
It was a good reaction. Everyone loved it. You should do more of it. I think you should do more of that.
Yeah, Nyasha called it bootleg because he's a hater. He's a hater. What does your hoodie say? It says "Go" on it. It just says. Is that Formula One match?
It's not. No. Someone got it for me as a present, and
nice.
and it's very comfortable. Very comfortable. Again, probably aided with the nap that I took today, because I fell asleep on the couch.
Yeah.
But no, thank you, Thandie, for that. But I guess on a scale of 1 to 10, how did you find the Chinese Grand Prix?
Beautiful gowns.
Beautiful gowns.
I like what people do around social media for it. You know, Haas, they'll have the blossoms out, because that's all I watch nowadays.
Yeah.
Minus that. Oh, the addition of the kids in their little helmets. Yeah. To be honest, I was just like, get the kids off the screen. We're serious business right here. I'm going to be honest. I didn't want to be the villain to say it. But once we saw them the one time, I was over it. Okay? I get it. You've dressed the kid up in what was actually the old... It wasn't even the new freaking race suits, by the way. Did anybody notice that? Just me. Cool. You brought the kids in. You wheeled them in. Let's have a serious race here. And so the one time I saw them was enough. Thank you.
Thandie Sabanda, a.k.a. Michael Jordan, she said, fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids. Get me to the race right now. Did you get up for it? No.
I'm trying to figure out what's worse, like waking up and watching that, or like saving it in your day and be like, I'm gonna take in the Chinese Grand Prix during the day. And
you insulting me right now? Because think about it.
I'm trying to figure out.
Look where you're at right now. Look where you're at. You woke up for it, right? And then you've probably got to wake up tomorrow as well, because it's a Monday for work or whatever. Whereas me, I spent the whole day in bed, watched it from my bed, and then slowly came downstairs to record the podcast.
Okay, yeah,
so,
that's better. That's much better. No, it wasn't great.
Though,
it wasn't great. Honestly, that was quite... I mean, we've been doing this for 4 years. We've watched some bad Grand Prix, like, over the years. Obviously, you know, last year, Monaco comes to mind, in terms of just, you know, nothing happening, and, you know, other races. I think they said this is the first race on a permanent circuit, so on a motor racing circuit, not a street circuit, that the top 6 started and finished in the same order. Which is, you know, obviously, which shows just how little happened up front. So I guess where do we start then? I guess Max Verstappen wins, and he set the world ablaze with his pole position lap the day before, which has had a lot of people kind of asking, some people saying, what an amazing achievement, he's in the third fastest car, and he's putting it on pole. Other people saying the car is fast enough anyway, and I guess I don't want to say diminishing it, but kind of trying to temper the excitement around Max Verstappen's performance. Given we're now we're a day removed, and we've had that race, Max has won pretty dominantly. How do you assess, I guess, Max's performance? Where do you put it on, like, the scale of it's the car, it's the driver, kind of?
Yeah, so a wise man once said that Max Verstappen is inevitable, and I definitely agree. If there was a word to describe the man, it is inevitable. You know what's going to happen. It's like when you watch a baby walk and put their hand into a fire, you're going to get burnt in it. It's just going to happen.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Do you know what I mean? So, but I will say this was definitely one of the best laps I've ever seen of the man. That was fucking impressive. So fucking good.
Oh my God, everyone's turning up. Everyone's turning up now.
Everyone's turning off. Sorry, guys. But I did. It's very scary. Under your video yesterday, there was a Netherlands flag, a Dutch flag, sorry, and a few orange hearts. Scary. Welcome, but I'm scared, right? Okay. I'm scared.
It's crazy. Yeah, no. Look,
but welcome.
Welcome. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, I did the video yesterday, and like a complete different demographic in the audience. Like, it's like where have you guys come from? Where's everyone else? And the thing is,
but not too much now. Not too much, because he did land a car on your goat's head. Word to my heart, right?
So where do you stand on that? I know, because there's some people here, that was a big thing online. I think, I feel sorry for Cess, that user, because I don't think they are the first person. So just for some context, someone on Twitter said that they would rather, they never cheered for Max Verstappen so hard when they beat Lando Norris to pole. And, it gained a lot of traction because a lot of Team LH were like, what the fuck's going on here? I feel like these are the same conversations that we were having last year, right? Where people were like cheering for Max Verstappen to win the title over Lando Norris. And we were like, whoa, what's going on here? Remember your roots. Like, well, where were you in 2021? Maybe you're like maybe a newer fan or whatever. So I guess for you, are you still firmly in the, as much as we can admire Max and everything, if it was a choice between Lando Norris and Max Verstappen, where do you stand on that?
Whoa, we didn't talk about picking between. Whoa there, Nelly. You just wanted to stick that one in, didn't you?
No, but that
we
was
were having a conversation. No, we were having a conversation about whether it's a tractor or if it's the man, right? We didn't say we're bringing in.
I switched the conversation
You
purely
saw
because
him do that, guys.
Because you mentioned the tweet, and I was just bringing the context of the tweet into the conversation. But fine, I'll tell you right now.
Okay.
I'll choose Lando over Max all day. Don't piss me off.
Yeah, of course.
Right. Respectfully. Hey, guys, do you remember when they're like, "Look, we just want to see someone new win, okay? It would just be nice to see someone new win."
But just to answer your question, basically, right?
Yeah.
When I wake up every day on a Sunday to watch the race, I'm looking for entertainment. I'm looking to be able to say something on this podcast other than the inevitable, right?
Yeah.
I am not going to act like I didn't see that, guys. We all saw it.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm out here saying, Max Verstappen's a fucking goat. Because you'll never
Yeah.
hear those words come out of my mouth unless I'm about to insult him. He's
Never,
a
not
prick,
once.
right? There you go, right? But I'm not going to act like I didn't see that.
Yeah.
That was world class, bro. That was sick, right? Let's be honest, man. Let's be honest. And then for the people who are saying, oh, we did it in a tractor, you're saying that to add some sort of line to the story. There's no line to the story. To be fair, the story is very linear. It's not got any, like, you know, hardships. He came from this.
Yeah.
No, it's just linear. And that is fine, okay? Well, it's not fine, but that is just it. Stop trying to add, you know, the Rocky Balboa moment where his missus finds his best mate cheating on him, and it adds, like, he has the depression.
Yeah.
You're not getting that, right?
Yeah.
He did what he did. He did it very well, and that is it. I'm not going to act blind to it, bruv, okay?
No,
I'm not going to act blind. But that doesn't mean that I'm so against everything that he said. Sorry, Nyash. That doesn't mean that I'm, like, I've gone to the dark side, okay? Come on, man.
I feel like, you know, I feel like it's crazy. Like, I did that video yesterday, and I felt like I'd betrayed, like, I feel like I'd betrayed the brand, or like I'd let people down by saying that I thought it was a great lap, you know, and I just like, and I think our thing is, we're just gonna give you the reels. We're not gonna like sugarcoat the reels. We're not here. People will say we're biased, this and the other, and obviously, we love Lewis Hamilton. So we're obviously, when he does well, we're gonna get hype. You're gonna hear a couple gunshots, this, that, and the other. Like, do you know what I mean? But like, when what we're not gonna come on here and do is like lie. What we're not gonna come on here and do is fucking, do you know what I mean? Just say things which aren't true, because we're living in this world where nothing that Max Verstappen can possibly do is good. And that's the thing. I think you put it perfectly. I think this is what I tried to say over like 15, 20 minutes, and kind of muddled over my words because I was scared of what people would say. You said it very succinctly.
You people don't scare me.
I ain't scared of you niggas. In the words of Bernie Mac. What Max Verstappen did yesterday was great. You guys trying to make out like he was doing it in a fucking back marker car, in a car that couldn't possibly, oh my God, how could he possibly put that car there? Like, no, the car is difficult to drive within the context of what is essentially the second fastest car on the grid. And what he did was, with the second fastest car on the grid, maximized everything that he could out of that car, and he put it on pole. And that difference of 0.012, you know, a hundredth of a second, was essentially the difference between him winning the race and losing the race. Because as we saw today, it was impossible to overtake, and if it was reversed and Lando Norris was in pole, Max probably wouldn't have won the race. So he won the race yesterday. Well done to Max. I can acknowledge that. You guys trying to make out like he was Fred Flintstone and he was just dragging that car along with his feet. Like, relax. He weren't. But it was a great lap. So obviously Red Bull win. Max Verstappen wins. McLaren. I said yesterday that I feel like Lando Norris is like when girls tell their friends about a boy, and immediately like that boy embarrasses them. I feel like I went out.
So you guys know then? You guys know that you do that?
We time it especially.
So you guys know, right?
I'll wait especially. Be like, hey, have you told your friends about me? Oh, not yet. Okay, cool. Carry on another. Oh, yeah. I was just telling my friend about it. Bang! Sorry, got with your sister. No, obviously that was a grandiose thing. I've never got with siblings. No, not sisters. No.
Do? Okay, right.
But
Yeah, very much so.
I'm a
very
I'm a
much
fucking,
so.
I'm a good guy. But yeah, that's how it feels like. We went out to bat for him. I don't know, I'm gonna say we. I'm not gonna put words in your mouth. I specifically went out to bat for him. I said this guy's gonna do it. He's gonna win the world title. He's got what it takes. We saw a new Lando in Australia, and I feel like since then, you know, he was disappointing in China, and this weekend again, it felt like he was slightly underwhelming in qualifying, and then again during the race today, just couldn't get closer to Max. Seemed as if Oscar Piastri maybe had a bit more pace than Lando did. How do you assess, I guess, McLaren's performance? I mean, I feel like at the beginning of the season we kind of said we thought they were capable of doing it. It's been a couple of races now where it's looked. Obviously, they won in China with Oscar, but I guess with Lando, it's been a couple of races now where it's looked like not as imperious as it looked maybe in Australia. Sorry. Do you think he's still got it? Or is this just, I guess, is this just what to expect with Lando? I guess, you know, there's going to be ups and downs.
There's parts of it which are obviously what to expect with Lando, but I think there's also parts of it that you have to consider that we're actually only 3 races in. Yeah. So I will give him the benefit of the doubt, but Lando made a lot of mistakes this weekend, and one of them was being him not giving the place to Oscar Piastri, who clearly had a better race strategy and a better place to have actually maybe overtook. Another wrong he actually did, sorry to be up his arse, but he was definitely in the wrong with that collision with Max coming out of the pits. Let's be so for real.
Shit, I completely forgot about that. Oh my God, thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah.
What was that about? So, I guess describe to me your thoughts on that, because, you know, obviously...
I think that perfectly encapsulates the relationship between Lando Norris and Max Verstappen. It's the fact that Lando Norris still hasn't actually got it into his head that Max is nobody's friend, not even yours. So when you're in a collision like that, everybody on that damn grid knows Max is not going to give in. Max acts like a man where you play chicken with him and you have a gun to his head. He will always shoot. He's not about to let go, even though maybe it might loosen him up when he becomes a dad. But Max Verstappen has a very selfish nature. He's not scared of nothing. If anything, he landed a freaking car on our goat's head. Does that give a man who's afraid to fucking not kill you? It doesn't, right? Yeah. So that entire, you know, scenario, for me, perfectly encapsulates who Lando is and what he sees Max as. If he was an actual dog, he would have accepted that Max was coming in and kind of, but why did he go towards the grass? I'll never understand that. Like, let him through and then, you know, do the strategy after. Do you know what I mean? Like, do what you need to do after, like, but that's just it. Like, we're not playing anymore. Like, and that will always be what I feel will always set Lando Norris apart and will always set him back from being a champion and a contender to actually beat Max, and a person who's still very much up Max Verstappen's arsehole. So, yeah, that's my opinion on that.
It was crazy because, like, honestly, at first, you know, because it kind of cut to them and you're like, oh my God, Lando's on the grass. Like, how could that possibly happen? Right. But, like, you know, again, and this is what I mean about, it's not even just Lando, it's McLaren, right? So McLaren, you know, they have to release him, I guess, because they want to get him out as, you know, as soon as possible. But, you know, they didn't need to pit him at the same time as Max Verstappen. Like, they could have done. They didn't. Normally, when someone is in front and you're chasing them, you'll do the opposite to them. So if that person comes in, you'll stay out, and if that person stays out, you'll come in. For them to pit them both at the same time, but they've pitted Oscar first, who was behind Lando, so they've given preferential treatment to the driver behind. It almost feels as if they were boxing Lando to make sure they didn't have another situation like Hungary where Oscar Piastri overtook Lando in the pits and then they had to have a swap situation. So already that's raising alarm bells. But then you have the situation where, like, you know, he's gone on the
They're
grass.
confusing.
And then, so confusing. Bare confusing. And
it's, you know, when you have mistakes like that, it's like, we can't be making mistakes like this. Like, come on, guys. Like, that is just, were we thinking? Was there any thought process in doing that? Both from McLaren themselves and Lando himself, I'd say.
Yeah.
Nobody had brain cells in that moment. And bold of you to believe that Max was going to give you that place. Bold of you.
But absolutely.
Bold.
Like, and the thing is, like, you kind of wait for the replay and be like, oh, you know, Max's reputation kind of precedes himself. And you're thinking, okay, what kind of madness has Max done this time? And then you look at it, and he's actually just driven in a straight line. And it's like, where do you expect him to go, brother?
Wherever
like,
you're going to go, yeah.
He's not going to go anywhere. And especially Max is not going to be like, oh, God, oh, Lando's in the pit lane. Let me move over. And like, oh, my God. Like, but
oh, wait, Lando's in the way. Move out the way.
Oh, my God, Lando, please.
Lando,
come on.
Lando's in the way. Move out the way for Lando.
Oh, God, like,
Poor
relax.
Lando, fucking grow up, bruv.
Yeah.
You and them kids with their helmets.
Did you see the guy with the helmet in Lewis Hamilton's garage?
No. Yeah, with the fucking haircut. Grow up as well. I couldn't even tell. If you had walked past me, I would not have been like, oh yeah, that's Lewis's helmet. I'd have been like, what the fuck happened to his hair? Sorry, maybe I'm a negative Nancy. I wasn't feeling Suzuka, guys. I weren't feeling it, right? Weren't feeling it.
Oh my God.
And also, why did he get special treatment to go into the garage? Because even Lewis was looking at him crazy, like, brother. I just prefer when, you know, just get some braids or something. I would have really preferred you if you'd got, you know, those Japanese videos where they get the perms.
Yeah,
when they get the hair perms.
Where they get the fucking comb and they fucking just fucking.
I would have preferred you to come into and said, look, I'm Lewis Hamilton. I would have preferred that. Them colours in the hair, I weren't feeling them. I didn't get it. Don't get why you got special treatment. Maybe I'm negative.
You're a hater.
I don't give a fuck.
You're a hater.
I don't give a fuck, okay?
No, look, what was hilarious about that is like he was like kind of stood in the corner, and then they're like, Lewis, go meet this guy. Lewis is like, okay, and this guy's like crying, and then
I'm not being funny. You're not in. Like, bro, like, imagine being told, oh, Lewis, like, before you go get into your head game, you know, there is a guy you need to meet, and you're thinking, okay, cool. I'd rather prefer the kids. I get it. The kid who he was like, who was asking him like, what happens with the wheels after, and he's explaining that's a heartfelt moment. Kids are curious.
Yeah.
Not a grown man who has coloured his hair. Bring back bullying. Bullying builds character.
My favourite thing was when they were doing the pose, and he kind of put his head down to show the thing. He was like. And I was like, why is he doing that pose? And then I realised it was like 44.
Right. What a fucking loser. Sorry. What a loser. I'm so sorry.
God. We're horrible people, man. We're horrible people.
Mate, I'll say it.
No, look, what I will say about the kids is that sometimes I feel as if the parents are like dressing the kids. Like the kid just wants to fucking... The kid just wants to like...
The kid wants to be in a t-shirt with Bluey on or something, right?
No,
we need to meet Lewis. You have to put the race suit on. We need to meet Charles, okay? Put the fucking race suit on.
Put the fucking suit on.
Put the fucking race suit on. Put the suit on right now. When you see him, say, Lewis, I want a signed picture.
Oh my God. No.
Mate, you try have a conversation with a, how old were they, like 4 or 5? You try have a conversation with a 4-year-old and be like, who would you love to meet? Who in this world, if you could meet anybody in this world, who do you love the most? They'll fucking tell you Peppa Pig. Not, please mother, I would love to meet Charles Leclerc. Be sorry for real, man.
Like, Charles Leclerc. That's the thing as well. Like, what is it about Charles Leclerc? Like, your fucking 4-year-old is like,
Right.
That's the one. That's my favorite.
That's the one. That's the guy. Be so for real. Your dad is having fantasies about Charles Leclerc. He's using you.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Fuck
Poor kids
me.
have to keep the helmets on all day
All
as well.
day.
Imagine have to wear it all day.
All day. Those fucking race suits are not like
Outdated race suits as well. Probably boiling in there. Let's be so for real, guys. Let's be grounded.
Oh my God. Yeah, no. So disappointing performance from Lando Norris.
Terrible.
And McLaren.
Hated Suzuka.
McLaren. Really, yeah, not great. And look, to be fair, the regulations are not regulating the way they thought they would regulate. It is not Nate Dogg and Warren G. It is,
Regulators! Counter!
But it is, these regulations were meant to enable cars to follow each other. They were meant to enable cars to overtake. And we're seeing this season, doesn't matter if it's wet, doesn't matter if it's dry. These cars, I don't think I've seen cars struggle to overtake this much for years. We're talking like, I guess, before these regulations started. But even then, I was watching a 2020 race the other day, and even then, cars were struggling to overtake, but they were still overtaking. Like, these cars can't even follow each other without mashing up the tyres because the tyres are shit. They have to fucking warm up the tyres properly in qualifying. If they go too fast in qualifying, then they're fucked by the end of the lap. It's, it sucks. So it really is showing it's a qualifying world championship this season. And if Lando and McLaren are going to do anything, they're going to have to sort out their qualifying. Another team that are going to have to sort it out are Ferrari. This is not fun. This is how many races before we get to complain about this move? Like, how many races do we have to do like the whole like, if Lewis is happy, I'm happy thing? Because I don't even think Lewis is happy right now. Like, because I saw, well, I'll give some context. Lewis Hamilton came out and said that, obviously disappointing race. He said that there's a component on his car which is basically not working as it should. It's only not working on his car. They figured out what it is and it should be changed for the next race. He says it's been costing him around 1/10 per lap, which is obviously a lot. In isolation, I can forgive that. These things happen. But you have like that, and then you have the disqualification last week or 2 weeks ago, and then you have like the hilarious, radio calls, and like the strategy errors that were there, and cost the team vital points. I just feel as if, at the moment, that, through no fault of Lewis's, may I add, that this Ferrari team really, really are the idiots that we kind of made fun of them for, Maybe I'm the idiot for believing in them. Am I the idiot?
I was having dinner with my mum the other day.
Oh, yeah.
She was like, Lewis should just retire.
Oh, God.
And I said, I'll burn this house down, lady.
God.
I'll put you in a home.
Yeah, so I was going to say, does she understand? Do you know what I mean? Does she understand the ramifications of that?
She doesn't know that she has Thandie Benz-Punani in her presence. It's all right. She'll learn.
She'll learn. Yeah, she'll learn. One day.
She'll learn. On that subject, I guess it got me thinking. It did get me thinking.
did get you thinking.
As Team LH, as fans of Lewis Hamilton in all, what do we want from the next few years?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because, okay, so when he moved to Ferrari, a lot of us obviously had to get in with the question of, oh, so is Lewis going to win 2025? My answer was always no, right?
Always
I don't know
no,
about you
yeah.
lot.
Always no.
But on that topic, what is the next strategy? Where do we want to go with this? Do we want more records broken? Do we want one more championship under the belt? Or do we want him to just be happy? So I think, you know, with all races, with all GOATs, you have to have that conversation, because there was a time when Serena wasn't doing well, and there was a time when Tiger Woods wasn't doing well. There was also a time when Beyonce was bringing out shite music.
Last
There was never last album, right? Yeah, last album. That's why I didn't buy. Do you get what I mean? And let's be honest. I was gonna say 444 grew on me, but 44 was always a banger. Never mind.
Not for me. Not gonna lie.
There you go.
Not for me.
You go.
I didn't like it. Didn't like it.
There you go. Right. And so you do have to have that conversation. What is it you want next from your GOAT? But again, we're only 3 races in. I feel like when you're chronically online and you're chronically consuming content from different voices, different aspects, news outlets, Twitter, you feel like you've been talking about this for ages. It's only been 3 races, and we had a gap between, which allowed a lot more conversations. So hopefully, you know, we do end up with a good year that makes us look at the previous few years and say, do you know what? It was all worth it, or yes, our GOAT is in a better place, right? I do not doubt, though, I'm not going to turn around and say, like, the behaviour from Ferrari has been absolutely excellente, because it hasn't been excellente, okay? It ain't been excellente. Don't fucking play with me, right?
It has not been
excellente.
Excellente.
Right. The pasta was cold. This is not like they did it back in old country, okay?
Yeah, no, right? This is not how my nonna makes this.
This is not like mama's pasta, right? This is the pasta that you get in you know, like these fake Italian restaurants
like
with people who've not been back to, okay. No?
I managed to get in some Vaps. Oh my god. Oh, fuck.
Fuck Vapianos. So yeah, there's obviously work to be done. You know, there's work to be done. You know, at least Lewis isn't discovering new weird things like his seat's not working. Other people are realizing that their seats are broken while they're in the car, guys. Like,
well, it's a bit more than that. Like, do you know what I mean? The fucking my nephew's fucking balls were in a fucking vice grip. You know.
So is this what you're calling him now? Like, he's your nephew? You like this kid, yeah?
Isaac.
Yeah, you like him. He's your boy,
that's
yeah.
My nephew. That's my nephew.
Because he is my nephew too.
Yeah,
that's my nephew.
That's my nephew.
That's my boy.
You know what I mean? That's it. You know you got that one little cousin, that one nephew where you're like,
bit
I like
slow.
Bit simple.
He's a bit slow. He's a bit simple, and you can see it in him.
Yeah, but you know what? Heart of gold.
Yeah, heart of gold, and he's the one who respects you the most. He's the one who actually calls you uncle. You know,
bro. Do you know what I mean? No issues whatsoever. Oh, yes.
You know what I mean?
It just comes out to you like, no, look at you, little simple little guy. So come here. You're simple. That's actually the best way to describe him. If my nephew's watching this, he's gonna be like, is she talking about me? Yes, I'm talking about you. You're fucking dense, okay? I love ya, but you're dumb, right? You're dumb shit. Yeah.
But you love him, innit? Like, he's a good ute.
It's just a good ute.
It's a good ute, man.
It's a good ute.
Is he Algerian?
He's Algerian. Yeah. So he's
I
an
rate
African
the
brother.
Algerians. Yeah. I rate the Algerians.
Good peoples. Great food as well.
Great food.
Lewis, I think you're really right. Can I be honest with you? I want to be really. I'm just going to be.
I hope you're always honest with me, Nyasha.
Always
With
tough.
us.
to a fault. Thandie Benz Panani.
There you go.
So do you know who? Do you know there's someone else who had that, who called themselves that? Someone who blocked this podcast.
A lot of people have blocked this podcast.
Yeah. Who could have been on this podcast, but they didn't come on this podcast. Who pretend to have F1 tickets and it's not F1 tickets. Okay, I'll tell you off air. So, Lewis fans. I feel as if there are some fans who do you know, like Man United fans? Some of them, still live like.
Oh yes, freaking Man United fans slander. Inject it right now, please.
Some
go
Man
on.
United fans, like, they live in the past, right? Like, and like they're, and I feel like they're not like in tune with what the now is, and so like their expectations are still in tune with, like, as if the club is still being run by like Alex Ferguson and you're still winning titles.
As in Motorola is still on your T-shirt. It's not
right. Like, and the thing is, like, like, respectfully, like, it's not 2020 right now. Like, I just feel like there has to be like adjusted expectations. And I feel like some Lewis Hamilton fans struggle with the fact that this season, I don't think realistically, I think if you were going to be realistic, I think you would expect Lewis. I think we can definitely want better, right? We can expect Lewis to want to be at the front, to be at least like being able to be fighting for podiums. I think was what we wanted, and that's not there. But I think we'll say, there's going to be an adaptation period. He's gonna have to get used to the car, and this and the other. I just do think that like some fans get so upset at like anything that's not like victories, and it's like we're not quite there yet. Now, what's annoying is that we're not there yet because of the team. But then I see some Lewis Hamilton fans online almost like throw Lewis under the bus, like the moment that there's any kind of like jeopardy or any kind of like things going wrong, because he's not reached, I guess, these lofty expectations they have in their mind of him. Again, maybe it's the chronically online thing, maybe it's, or maybe they've kind of come into the sport a bit late, and I don't know. But I just think patience is required this season. If I can preach anything, it's patience. And, all of these races, Silverstone last year doesn't, like, as crappy as it sounds, how good Silverstone felt last year is because of how shit the last 2 years were before that, right? So you kind of almost have to, I'm not saying accept the bad times, but almost like we have to like appreciate that there are going to be some tough times as he adjusts to this new team, and at the new reality of the fact that this fucking Ferrari team are, like, again, it's not malicious like last year. They're just fucking thick. They're just fucking. They're dense. They're dense. You know what I mean? And like, we're just gonna. It's a new reality, and I think we have to adjust to the new reality. And just because there was razzmatazz and all of this, PR that surrounded his move, it doesn't mean that it necessarily means that that's going to translate immediately to victories. But if you believe in Lewis Hamilton, you believe in the processes that are going to be put in place, then I do think that good times will return. But just got to be patient. Be a bit patient.
On that point as well, it depends what you think good times are when it comes to Lewis Hamilton. Are good times celebrating +44, celebrating clothing drops, which, by the way, Google Mail keeps putting in my promotions folder. Stop doing that, please.
Can we
Google
just
Mail.
be honest about plus 44? Can we be honest about it? Can we actually just be honest about it?
Yeah, let's be honest.
It's awful. It's awful.
Yeah.
It's like,
no, do you know what? It's not awful, Nyash. It's not awful because we did bring out that one T-shirt. That was awful, right?
Okay.
Right.
I think
it's for a certain genre.
I think it's a cash grab. I think it's a fucking cash grab.
But so was Sir Davis. Okay. So was.
I look. He is like, I get it, right? And the last drop was actually quite good, but the prices for what you're getting,
they don't translate.
And I just think, I almost find it like, man, this is insane. I don't even know why I'm saying all this, but like, fuck it. I always feel as if that parasocial relationship that Lewis has with his fans.
Parasocial. That's the word.
Yeah. That Lewis has with some of his fans. I almost feel as if they would do anything for Lewis. He has the best set of fans. They would do anything. They'll support
Beyonce
him.
effect.
Yeah. And I just think for you, someone who's saying he's got ambitions to be in fashion, the excitement I had when he said he's bringing out his own line, I was like, wow, you know, what? And then I look at that stuff and I'm like, it could.
Yeah, you're right, actually.
It could be so much more. If you're going to charge that much, it could be so much more. It looks like the shit that they sell in H&M.
Facts.
Like, do you know what I mean?
No offense. Yeah, you're actually so fucking right. You're actually so right. That's probably why. No, we know I didn't get any, but yeah, you're right. It's overpriced for the amount. And if I really, really wanted it for that amount, I would expect it to be so much better.
Do you know what I mean? So much more.
I think he masks it with all these like, mate, this podcast might just be a little. This episode right here.
We could be done. I think
he masks
after
it
this.
with all. Trust me. I think he masks it with all these like Asian designers and it's like collaborations and golf wang and.
Yeah.
The bottom line is, bruh, like golf. Tyler the Creator is bringing out some of the best clothes I've ever seen.
Perfect.
Bruh, when I saw those freaking joggers on a man, I said, "Are you wearing H&M? Is that from H&M?" Because it gives. Abercrombie and Fitch are bringing out better stuff for McLaren, by the way. Just saying.
Look, the golf thing is so good. And to be fair, the best stuff that's come out for plus 44 is I can't remember his name, apologies, but the Japanese collaboration. And the golf collaboration like that they did in Vegas last year.
Not that nice though.
But those are the two best things, and that's because there was someone else involved. When it's just him, I just want more. If Tyler the Creator, Golf Wang is probably the best artist-led. I don't want to say merch now because it's a full clothing line, right? Like it's a clothing line. Like
is
it's
it?
The best.
Because I know a clothing line that was fire. That was from a. But continue. I'll tell you later who I think.
Okay, cool. But I think at this moment in time, I can't think of another artist that's bringing out like clothes that is as well, you know.
Yeah.
So that's what I want. I just feel like it's unfair to fucking. You're insane. I feel like there is not another brand. I feel like he could do so much more. Anyway,
yeah, man.
I say all that to say, what do you want from Lewis Hamilton this season? Again, yeah. Again, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just free up the reels. Yes, I do want him to be happy, but respectfully, that is a 39-year-old man from Hertfordshire who is doing okay. Like, that is not on my mind. like respectfully. What's on my mind is that I want him to be in a car that's performing. And at the moment, that car is not performing. And what's pissing me off is that it's making him look like a fucking idiot because it's making him look slower than he is, or it's giving him results which are worse than he deserves. And that's what annoys me. All of this, like, as long as he's happy, like, I do hope he's happy. And I think we've got past the stage now where I think he's past whatever's happened at Mercedes, okay? It's not whatever trauma he got from Mercedes, like, that's, apart from Abu Dhabi, like, whatever. But I feel like he's in a better place now. So that part, check, okay? We've done that, check. I need to see something from Ferrari because they're pissing me off. I don't even know where that came from. Wow. Okay. So, Thandie, start of the day.
Max Verstappen. But we can move on from that point very quickly if you like.
I'm
actually trying to think of anyone who wowed me this weekend, and it's only Max. It's Max.
My start of the day would probably be my nephew, Isaac.
Okay.
For a great weekend of putting it into Q3 and getting points. His first points of the weekend. Quickly, another one of our nephews, another one of our sons. We've not spoken to you since the move was confirmed. Yuki Tsunoda to Red Bull. He's a Red Bull driver. How do you feel about that?
Have you ever watched Star Wars?
I'm familiar. I'm not a massive Star Wars fan.
Okay, so with the Star Wars franchise, sorry, I'm just going to spoil it. To be fair, you've had years to watch it.
Imagine someone be like, what? I was just about to watch that tomorrow.
You've had years to watch it, but with the Star Wars franchise, Anakin Skywalker, we watched several films of him, being this baby who was abandoned, trying to discover who he is. We love him, only to then find out that he is Darth Vader, right?
Yeah. He went to the dark side.
Went to the dark side, right?
Yeah.
Would you argue that? I don't know where I was going with that, but you see where I'm going with this, right?
No, for sure. It's like this sweet little kid, and but then he's
sweet little kid.
He's been corrupted by dark.
But has he been corrupted? Like, there's a poetic meaning in this. Like, you were once good, and then you have to take a certain place one day.
Yeah.
That
right.
Isn't the best place, right?
Yeah.
We loved Anakin Skywalker. Keira Knightley looked gorgeous in all those films,
Great
but at
girl.
one point, he then had to put the mask on.
Yeah.
Yuki Tsunoda, what a guy. I will always have your back. Am I going to be wearing Red Bull merch for Yuki? Fuck no, right?
No, thanks.
Are they now going to change their tune because of Yuki? Absolutely not. I think he needs to keep his eye on the whole ball. I think what's quite interesting about that seat as well is you'll have the seat, but they'll be just slagging you off in the distance anyway. It's a weird seat to have. I love it for him.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it for him. I didn't really want to talk about it because it's taken me quite a lot to kind of think around it, but I have found comfort in the fact that, it's very similar to Star Wars. He had to take that seat eventually. It's where he had to be eventually.
Yeah.
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 Yuki.
Yeah. It's almost like, when you like grow apart with someone, like, and like, and it's what's best for them. It's not what's best for me though. And so like, I'll cheer on for him. I'll cheer for him and I'll be happy for him. But yeah. But then that's what we wanted though. I feel like we spent like years being like, Yuki needs to be in that seat. He needs to be in that seat. And now he's in that seat. And it's almost like, oh yeah.
Helmut Marko called him mentally unstable, bro. And I'm really uncomfortable with that.
I think that's what really annoys me about Red Bull. It's like, it's mad that like, this whole thing around Yuki, I find it feels like I'm watching like a different fucking sport, because for me, other than that time where he went crazy on Daniel Ricciardo last season, I think Yuki's had a pretty good temperament, and you know, but they just keep banging on about his temperament. Oh, 2 seconds, I'll bring up someone else. But just keep banging on about his temperament.
I know who you're gonna bring in. I know who you're gonna talk about.
And it's just like, yeah, and so it's just like, at what point? It's almost like it is that thing where you get labelled with something sometimes as like a person of colour or whatever, you know, and they kind of label you with this thing, and it's like no matter what you try and do, you can't shake it off. Yeah, and so like I just feel like even like Sky Sports and like everyone, they just run with this narrative, and it's like his team boss said he's matured, and he's saying he's matured, and we've seen he's matured, but we're still acting like he's the same Yuki from like 2021, and I
love that Yuki. Sometimes crash out, man. I crash out all the time.
Sometimes
you've got to crash out, bro.
Sometimes you got to let
the
people
emotions
know.
out. I think it's very positive for men to show their emotions and not bring them in. So if anything, Yuki's a leader.
Right? And maybe someone who's taken advice from that is Alex Albon. Where's this come from?
You know, I think it is. I have a theory.
Yeah,
that car is way better than we ever expected.
Yeah.
And I think he's tasted the fact that this car is better than expected, because it's easy to be a background character.
Right.
That's what Alex Albon was, guys.
Right.
Well, he's a background character. Let's be honest. We like him.
Lovely
we like his
guy.
girlfriend.
Lovely guy.
We like his girlfriend.
Girlfriend
we like
is beautiful. Wow.
Stunning, right? But he's
and
a background
talented.
Character.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. She's
talented. What does she do?
She's a golfer.
Sick.
Yeah, she's a professional golfer.
Sick.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah. She's a very cool couple.
They're fucking cool.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Like, and then now you're in a car where you're like, whoa.
You know what it's like? You know those memes where it's like, where the guy with a geek is like trying to talk to a girl.
Beat it, chick. Those beat it, chick memes. That's what you're on about.
That's an example.
Those girls were never nice to you when you were at the bottom. Now you're at the top.
No, beat it, chick. Like he got on the radio literally just to cuss them out. No feedback. No. They like, guys, this is. Do you know what he's like here? Do you ever go around your white friend's house and they're just like cussing their parents out, and you're just upstairs like, oh my God. Like,
yeah, I have. You're like, oh my God.
How are you talking? Ma, you fucking prick. Why would you even do that?
Mom, shut up, Mom, you fucking prick.
Ma, the meatloaf.
And you're like, dude, Ma, the meatloaf.
Fuck.
Fuck. I never know what she's doing up there.
What is she doing up there? I never know what she's doing. Oh. Boyfriend died in a hang gliding accident. Idiot.
Idiot. That's the best film ever.
I love that
film.
The
most quotable film ever, man.
Oh my God. But that's how I feel like he just got on that radio just to cuss a man out.
It's because he knows. He knows his car's way better.
And you know what? He's dunking on Carlos as well. He's just like, you think you're the big dog in this team, huh? You think you're going to come in here with the cojones?
Yeah.
You think, huh?
Oh, no.
No, compadre. Not in my house. Hermano.
Shout out Alex Albon, though.
I love
Shout
it.
him out, though.
I love it. You know, you do your thing, Alex. Shall we? Ma, shall we read some tweets?
No, we haven't done our donkey.
Oh shit! Sorry, donkey. Oh wow, donkey of the day. Donkey of the day.
Go on then. Who's your donkey?
Who's my donkey? Honestly, my donkey of the day is Jack Doohan.
That was mine. I just want to be clear. I just want to make it very clear right now, yeah? At 3 a.m., I watch rug cleaning videos. I've watched rug cleaning videos that have a longer playtime than that man's career.
Oh my God. Those rug
You know
cleaning
when you get
videos,
those little... They're so fun.
They go
love them.
off. Why?
They go off.
Why are they that dirty though? And like, who's?
It's
always
always
just
people donate. People donate now. So I think they used to go to the skip, right? Now people are like, clean this rug. Yeah.
No way.
But you see how more interested in those rug videos I am than that boy's career. Like, I tried to give you a chance. And then with everyone else, I've been saying, we've got 3 races in. You're not giving hope at all. You're that intern. The intern is just not getting it right.
The intern is like, the intern turns up late. He's dressed like an idiot. He's not, he's like, you give him a simple task. He's not doing it. Thandie, this guy tried to go through the first corner with his DRS open because he'd done it on the computer and he thought, surely this is going to work. But why wouldn't this work? Why wouldn't this work? Do you know how, honest to God, I swear. The thing is, when you're on someone's side, and I was like,
because he's a cool intern. You guys go to the kitchen, you guys talk, and you slag off the company. You find out he goes out on weekends, and then he comes in on Monday, smelling a bruise. Meanwhile, he's added all he is on Instagram, so you can all see that he's out last night.
Yeah.
It's like, bruh.
Bro, like, you're a fucking idiot. Like, I can't help you anymore. You will no longer have access to the quick stop, support fund. Okay?
Right.
You're cut off. Because if I want to leave you with Flavio. Whatever Flavio wants to do with you and his little harem of fucking reserve driver boys, that's on you now. Like, do you know what I mean?
Trust me. Because we tried. It's now
We
embarrassing on
tried.
our part.
Right?
It's now really embarrassing on our part to be supporting you because you're not getting it right. Like, how the fuck did you even get in? How the fuck? Jack Doohan, man.
I woke up, but I missed that session. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Races are going back to normal times. Respectfully to everyone on that side of the world, I get it. You guys have to deal with it all the time. I cannot deal with these start times. Whose idea is it to start the season with 3 races where you have to wake up at the crack arse of dawn? Respect to you guys who do that every week. Let me tell you now, I'd be watching a different fucking sport. If you're telling me I had to put up with all this bullshit at the crack of dawn, I'd know. Anyway, Jack Doohan, you're cut off from the Quick Stop F1 support fund. You're on your own.
I don't even want to hear us utter anything more about him unless he improves. When they put you on that behavior support thing where it's like, let's just see how you go. Every night you do a call with us. You do a call with us just to make sure you're getting everything right. And every time before you send anything in, I just look through it. But they're about to fire you in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, look.
Yeah.
As someone who works in HR,
there you go.
Yes, sorry, technical issues. But yes, Jack Doohan, cut off. I don't want to hear anything else.
Cut off.
I don't want to hear anything else.
No more, please.
As someone who has been who works in HR, you are on a performance improvement plan. We're putting you on a PIP.
The worst. The worst.
We're putting you on a PIP, okay?
The worst.
And look,
and when you're on a PIP, guys, anyone who might be on a PIP, don't be thinking you can overcome the PIP. You guys, go on LinkedIn now and start looking for a new job. I'm telling you
if you're on a PIP, look for a new job now. As someone who works in HR, get yourself a new job ASAP.
Trust me.
In fact, I'll probably just put in a grievance now.
Yeah,
trust me. Put in the grievance, mate. Look for the settlement.
Get your holiday pay. Look for the settlement.
Get
the fuck out of there.
Let me tell you now, the performance improvement plan is
not meant to work in your favour.
Yeah, they're soft launching you getting fired. Respectfully.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing with you, Jack. You're on a performance improvement plan.
Yeah.
We want to see some improvements. If any support that you need, we're here for you. let us know. Obviously, the employee assistance program is there for you if you need to call anything as well. We'll talk to you every week for the next 4 weeks and see how it goes.
Don't do that, bro.
Oh my
I have a problem with
God.
authority. I can't. I literally cannot. As soon as I hear Pip, I'm out.
Look,
I'm
it's
out.
hilarious.
What's that
hilarious.
under me nose? I'm out.
Oh. So, right. Shall we do? Sorry, yeah. Was that your donkey?
Yeah, that's 100% my donkey. And Lando Norris. Sorry. Lando Norris, donkey.
Sorry.
Aw.
Like, is that the? Yeah. For me. Oh, you know what? Mine actually. I think someone will probably say it in these fucking tweets. But for me, I do have one, and it's not a driver, but it's just the fucking these regulations, like Pirelli,
The wheels.
the tires. These fucking tires are useless. They're useless. And they're ruining racing. They've been ruining racing for a few seasons now. And honest to God, like, I don't know if I could do 21 more rounds of this type of racing. I swear to God. But we always say that after a bad race, and then the next race will end up being a banger. Bahrain, please deliver us, man. Right, let's read out your tweets. There was one person who always comments. Scorpio Blue, who says, star of the day, Hadja did pretty well. Donkey of the day, the entire boring race. Oh, talking point. McLaren threw away a shot at P1, babying Lando. Could have let Piastri try and chase, and if he couldn't get there, give the position back. Instead, Lando spent more time worrying about Oscar instead of going after Max. I think this is something you alluded to at the beginning of the podcast. Do you think they should have swapped them?
Yeah, 100%. I feel like Oscar had better pace and a better potential. Heavy on the babying.
Heavy. They do baby Lando. I feel like
they do.
I feel like they baby in the same way, like maybe Verstappen gets babied at Red Bull, but in a different way. Like with Max, it's almost like
I think at Red Bull they're actually scared of him. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes,
scared of him.
Yeah, like Max is that friend, that white Max.
Yeah,
Max who's cussing out his mum and dad while you're in their room. You're just like, oh my God. Whereas like Lando Norris is like, who's the girl who was the bubblegum girl in Oliver in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Veruca Salt.
There you go.
Or is it no? That's Violet. No. That's Violet. Violet was the one who was spoiled. No, Veruca was the one who was spoiled. Violet was the one who was good at everything.
Sorry. The spoiled person, the spoiled one in
Veruca.
Because the bubblegum one, that was like a.
She just thought she was good at everything.
She was just good at everything. Yeah.
Violet.
Do you have a tweet? And also, just so you know, you didn't have to put them into the chat anymore. So.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Just read it out.
Wow, the improvements. So this isn't actually a donkey, but it's a talking point from Asaf. Shout out Asaf.
Hi Asaf.
Hi Asaf, and he said, "Why was Hamilton slower on mediums, lighter fuels load? I expected a hammer time-esque finish to the race, but he kept dropping further behind Antonelli."
Yeah, well, hopefully that's explained by the component, whatever this component is that's broken, because I said the same thing. You know, he was on hard tires. He didn't really go any longer than Antonelli on those mediums, and then Antonelli's on hards, Lewis is on mediums, and he just fell away in that second half of the race. It was a very depressing second half of the race. And again, I don't think that's symptomatic of a driver who's lost it, or a driver, that just doesn't, that's not normal. A car, a car on hard tires should be able to go long, and that car wasn't. And also, a car should be, he should have as the fuel comes down, he should have more pace on softer tires, and that didn't happen. So definitely something weird happening there, Asaf. I don't doubt that in the slightest. I'm going to go with Abdi F1 chat. Leclerc did well, bless him. And look, thank God, because my future kid is going to be dressed up waiting to meet them. Hadja and Verstappen. I'm not going to do that.
You are.
I'm not. Well, depends if Lewis is still racing. Hey, Lewis, my newborn is such a new fan.
My newborn, he loves you.
Please, my son.
Please, Lewis, my newborn won't stop crying about you.
Oh, God, it just won't stop mentioning. His first word was, say Lewis.
Yes, mother, I would absolutely love to meet Lewis Hamilton and discuss his career.
Yeah. God, my baby's first words were, wow, Lewis Hamilton, go. My favourite race is 2020 Styria.
Stop that, guys. In fact, my donkey has parents like that. Parents who are like that. Those are my donkeys.
Yeah. Let the kid watch fucking... Why is your kid watching Formula 1? Get that shit off the TV.
No, I can't even concentrate for Formula 1. Do you think your kid's sitting there going, yeah, that DRS was amazing. Whoa, Lando into turn 2. Come on, man.
Oh, my God. No, to be fair. I started watching F1 when I was 8. So, like... Between like 6 and 8, like I get it. These toddlers don't know. These toddlers don't know shit. Like these 2-3-year-olds. Yeah, you're making videos of them watching F1. They don't know what's happening. I don't even know what's happening on a race weekend.
Say anyway, Isaac Hadja. Come on, man. Stop it now. Let's be guided.
Let's be guided. Abdi says, Lawson for getting rinsed by Hadja all weekend and getting beaten by Tsunoda. People were, I went too early this weekend. I said, because Yuki was like a 10th of Max.
You did go too early. I saw that
too early. You know what? The thing is, yeah, what I didn't like, you see who your friends are, yeah? What set it off was fucking Tomo retweeting us and then messaging us. I said, as soon as he done that, I said, oh, we're fucked now. The whole world.
And you see, when it says we're, yet me, I wasn't even involved. Like, I was asleep.
Yeah.
And then everything he tweets now becomes a we sort of situation.
Yeah, no, it was bad. Well, look, thank God for the mute button. I never understand people who don't just mute tweets. Like,
yeah, trust me.
It's done.
Trust
it's
me.
over. I don't even know it's existing. You only realise you're getting cooked when someone like literally ats you like, you fucking. Oh God, yeah. I mean, to be fair, what did I had to block someone the other day. I had to block someone there because they thought that I was you. And they made disparaging comments about you, and I was like, why am I?
Was it the old man who was like, I can't even concentrate past those lips? Did you see that? I saw that.
Did you see that on YouTube? Was that on YouTube?
I didn't see that. That was on Instagram, I think.
On Instagram, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. They're gonna go crazy this week. Fuck me.
Why?
Because your lips look good. Like you've got a great, but I'm saying lips look.
I was on the phone to one of my friends the other day, and they were like, "Oh yeah, the podcast looks great. How's Nyasha?" And I was like, "Yeah, he's good." And she was like, "Yeah, you and your lips." And I was like, "Yeah." What do you mean by that?
What do they mean by that?
What do you mean?
What did they mean? Did they?
I don't know.
You've got
guys. I didn't even notice this.
They're a defining feature.
Fair.
They're a defining feature. And
I've not had them done. These are natural.
And that's the thing. And the thing is, with these white people, respectfully, they're not used to that. They're not
Yeah,
used to
fair.
that. Let me tell you now, you're a northerner. There's a fucking, and respectfully to anyone who, you know, who may have had some work done, but all the girls up here have got fucking lip
Yeah,
fillers.
trust me.
I didn't even
Trust.
realise that's like a thing.
You didn't?
Like,
Yeah.
until I moved up north. No, that's not in London. That's not like a. Obviously, I guess because
Prominent thing, yeah.
Yeah, I'm around black people more. So obviously,
Yeah.
like up here, it's just like wow. There's a lot of lip filler, which is fine. You know,
Which is fine.
which is fine. But I think people look at your lips and they just assume that
They must
either
be
they assume
done,
that
right.
they must be done, or they're like, exotic babe with the exotic lips. That's what they think.
Sister talking Formula One.
Someone actually, I can't remember. Someone actually tweeted that.
Yeah, someone actually tweeted me. But in their defense, I didn't attack
Pardon
them.
me.
In their defense, it's because I'd
No.
referred to it on the podcast, so they
Oh
quoted
no,
me back.
not
so-
even that one. I thought someone else was like,
Oh.
fine sister Thandie.
Fine, sister talking Formula One. Hey. This is why I always think I'll never be alone in this life.
You'll never
There'll
be
always be
alone.
someone.
There'll always be someone. There'll always
Yeah.
be someone. Look, the men love you. And let me tell you, in
Shout
this
out
little
you, man. I love you guys.
Do you know what I mean? In this little Von Dutch cup as well. God,
Trust me, the Von Ducci,
Von Ducci.
Ben's Punani.
What is it? Oh. Me when I'm boring, yeah.
Me know when I'm boring, Can't believe it. We choose a country every day. Every week we choose a country.
Do you have any more tweets? And then let's get the fuck out of it. Respectfully. I
No
love
more
you guys.
tweets. Trust me, no more
No more
tweets.
no more tweets. I'm
No
trying to
more
think.
tweets.
You know what? This was like one of our least replied to. Give us your stars of the days and that. People were not happy.
Yeah, trust me, I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised
people
at
are not
all.
happy.
It was shit race. Suzuka's beautiful garms. It's great for like, you know, the graphics. It's good for a nice helmet. It's good for carting in kids dressed up as. But apart from that, it's dead. It's dead.
It's not the one.
It's dead. It's a
not the
terrible
one.
time to watch. Shout out, but I did see a group of black men. They were from South Africa who actually went to the race. They were all kitted out.
Oh my
One
god!
thing black men over 30 love is some merch.
It's some
It's
merch.
some fucking merch.
Some,
Enough
some
merch,
official
innit?
merch. Yeah, no.
Some
I saw
official
that.
merch.
Twitter did that thing where it shows you something and then it like refreshes.
then-
And then it goes, and then I literally saw a tweet. I wanted to go retweet it, and then I literally spent the rest of my
I think
like,
I
rest
liked
of the
it. So shout out you, man.
Okay, cool. No, thank you for representing always. Thank you guys, everyone who bought tickets to the live show. That sold out very quickly. We will see you on Sunday. Literally next week. We'll see you on Sunday. It's just going to be we're going to watch a race and then we'll answer a few questions and then have a little chit chat. Have a little chit
Gonna be
chat.
food.
No.
Okay.
That
So
is
come
not in-
eating.
Come
having eaten.
having eaten. Although
You can order food there.
You can order food there. You can
Yeah,
order food
you
there,
can.
but you do get a free drink with every ticket bought. So, thank you.
That's a good gig. £10 and a free drink.
£10 and a free drink. Like, do
Rah.
you know what I mean? Don't say we don't do anything for
Trust
you.
me. Trust me.
So, thank you to everyone who's bought tickets. We'll see you next week. Thank you to everyone who's supporting. If you've got this far, God. What a soldier. Give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, 5-star reviews on Apple, all of them things there. Thandie, I didn't give you a round of applause earlier, so here's your round of applause.
Thank you very much, guys.
Pleasure's mine. We'll be back. Figure out how to record a podcast. We'll be back next week, I guess. At some point after the Bahrain Grand Prix, we'll figure out some way of making a podcast. And then
And
love.
then it's Abu Dhabi. Hey.
What are you talking about?
What?
Abu Dhabi's in like December.
Saudi Arabia, my bad. They're all in the desert. They're all. They're all. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.